In today's video, I would actually like to talk about whether prospecting is duplicatable. So probably 99.9% of all the network marketers are using prospecting to build their network marketing business, which is kind of normal, which is what we normally do, which is what we are taught to do. And it's been there for decades, and a lot of us don't know anything different, and a lot of us don't even think that there is something different. But there are a lot of issues with prospecting, starting from the fact that it doesn't really suit everyone. So there are you can hear sometimes that network marketing was invented by extroverts, but the numbers suggest that absolutely most people are introverts. Most people don't feel good talking about, starting a conversation with strangers and, talking about their stuff, making new connections and making new friends and things like that. And it's very likely that you are that kind of person. And the most important thing to understand is that there's absolutely nothing wrong with you. It's just the methods that are not suitable for you. You have a different personality. You don't have the qualities that blend well, or with prospecting and approaching people and talking to strangers and all that kind of stuff. The other thing is that not all of us is comfortable living with some sort of not necessarily hidden agenda, but maybe sometimes not exactly saying everything, or not, or always thinking about, contacting people. Who can I contact? What kind of people should I contact? How will I contact them? How will I throw my stuff into the conversation? So I when I was prospecting, I absolutely hated this part, because every single day, every moment of my life, I was thinking about who can I talk to and how will I talk to them. I bring my daughter to the playground, and I think, somewhere in the background, maybe I'll meet some nice parents that I can actually kind of start a conversation with, and then somehow move to talking about my business, and that constant hope and all that kind of stuff. So basically, think about it this way. If it's not working for you, if it's so difficult for you, can you actually teach that to someone else? Can you actually ask your team members to do that? So it was one of my headaches personally for me, that I was thinking, okay, now, so even if I recruit somebody, even if somebody thinks that the opportunity is really good, and if they want to work with me, if I recruit somebody, how will I'm gonna ask them to do what I hate doing? Making lists, contacting people, contacting very old connections that I wasn't really talking to anymore, and all of a sudden, I get in touch and I ask them to meet for a coffee or whatever, and start talking about my stuff, which I actually did. And every time when I think about it, I'm like, I certainly don't feel very comfortable even remembering about it. So think about it this way, is it, how can you teach something that you hate doing to somebody else? How can you ask people? Not only is it difficult to ask, but it's somehow unfair. If you don't like being in that position of a pushy networker, pushy prospector, it's unfair to ask other people to be in that, to step into that position, too. So the answer to this question is prospecting duplicatable. Well, if it's working for you and if you are loving it, then yes. But I mean, yes, from your point of view, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you're gonna meet people who will be comfortable with that. Because like I said in the beginning, that most people are introverts to some degree. So even if you recruit somebody, it doesn't mean, they will be extroverts and will be comfortable doing stuff that you hate doing. So it's one thing that you can't teach something that you hate doing to somebody else, but it's the other side is that even if you recruit somebody, it doesn't necessarily mean they are gonna love that kind of stuff. And actually, prospecting is a big reason why people don't even join, because they know they will have to go. They'll have to be talking to people, friends and family, and then strangers on social media, sending links and stuff like that. A lot of people know about it and they don't want it. It's one of those objections. So am I gonna have to talk to people? Am I gonna have to approach strangers? It's one of those objections. It's a very normal objection to have. A lot of people don't want to do that. So prospecting is duplicatable only if you are good at it, you are loving it, and you meet somebody who is gonna love it and be good at it. But that is very small. That's gonna give you a very, very, very small number of people. And that's exactly why even if people join, they don't actually do anything. They join, you're happy, you are expecting a breakthrough, but then they don't do anything because they just can't get over that, and they keep postponing things and they keep procrastinating, and then they end up not doing. And every day the excitement, the initial excitement just becomes less and less and less. So it's very difficult to duplicate prospecting. And when they talk about duplicating prospecting, they only talk about the technical side of things, that easy steps: make a list of your friends or strangers, connect with them, ask them, tell about them about your business. And technically it sounds simple, but they don't talk about this important component, your personal qualities.